resumed. 7 laps to go to find out. Remember, top 10 will be paid championship points. Who's going to start wearing the Daytona 500 and who's going to race their way in to the 67th renewal of the Great American Race. The field is in 1.
Here they come into turn number 1. Everybody coming up through the gearbox and up to speed. Inside line gets a bit of an advantage, courtesy of Austin Cindric with drafting help from Joey Logano. Try to rally up high as Chris Buescher.
And those Team Penske teammates beginning to find each other on the inside of the racetrack. Austin Cindric and Joey Logano, top of the racetrack, led by Chris Buescher as they enter turn 3. He has drafting help from Corey LaJoie and Ryan Blaney.
Austin Cindric now goes to the point after he got a huge shove from behind, courtesy of Joey Logano. Cindric now checks his mirror, sees Logano and Buescher side by side for second.
They indeed race that way, coming off the corner and through the tri-oval. Austin Cindric now will reclaim the lead.
Whoa!
Cindric will take him back to the line with his teammate breathing down his
Contact
neck.
in the bottom.
Joey Logano.
Joey Logano giving him a little bit of help on the entrance into turn number 1. This backs up and gives him a little daylight between front bumper and back. Outside lane still being led by Chris Buescher. 3 wide lane begin to develop way out back.
Chris Buescher looking to build a run off of turn number 2 and try to pull alongside race leader Austin Cindric, who gets a big shove from Joey Logano. And still Penske cars 1 and 2 on the bottom.
You've got 3 Fords working together on the bottom side of the racetrack. That's Cindric, Logano, and the machine of Noah Gragson. They're holding steady on the inside lane.
They funnel up off of turn number 4 to the line. 5 laps to go here in this one. They come down. It's Chris Buescher with a big burst of momentum. He's got Corey LaJoie on his back bumper trying to shove him to the lead.
LaJoie trying to race his way into the Daytona 500 and also push Chris Buescher to the top of the leaderboard. Side by side now for the top spot. 2 abreast and inches apart.
Here comes Corey LaJoie in the outside lane, right on the back bumper of Chris Buescher. They are looking to move the outside lane to the front of the field, but the bottom battles back with Cindric, Logano, and Noah Gragson.
Joey Logano once again gave his teammate Austin Cindric a great shove down the back straightaway, and as a result, it's Cindric the leader by 1 car length off turn 4.
Right now, so far, the top 6 cars are all Fords that are all working together real good.
They come to the line. It's going to be 4 laps to go. Ford rules the roost. Team Penske hunkers down to the bottom of the racetrack. Corey LaJoie trying to shove Chris Buescher to the lead in 1.
He gives Buescher a kick in the seat of the pants on entry into turn number 1. Pushes Buescher into a side-by-side battle for the lead with Austin Cindric on the back straightaway.
Cindric to the inside of Buescher. Here they come off of turn number 2 and up the back straightaway. And the outside lane is there with a big shove again from Corey LaJoie halfway up the Daytona Superstretch. But Logano gives that same shove to Cindric down low.
LaJoie shoving Buescher in the outside lane. Logano shoving Cindric downstairs. Both lanes now double wide off the corner.
Mirroring each other for the lead at Daytona. Austin Cindric to the inside.
Oh,
Chris
boy.
Buescher to the outside. Drafting help stacked up at their back doors. 3 laps to go. It's Buescher leading by 4/1000ths of a second back to the corner.
Anybody's ball game as they enter turn number 1. Still side by side and just inches apart. Cindric on the bottom. Drifts up only about a foot. Buescher to the outside will crowd it.
Nobody stepping out of line from the front of the field all the way to the back. 18 cars grouped right together, and it's led by Austin Cindric by a mere inch or 2 from Chris Buescher, who leads the outside lane.
Cindric with a half a car length advantage this time into the corner, but here comes Chris Buescher on the outside lane. He's got Corey LaJoie shoving him for all he's worth.
Down to the line, 2 laps to go now in race number 2. Still double wide. Anthony Alfredo's in that outside lane, and here he goes. He's going to go to the outside and force things 3
boy.
wide. Problem is, Dave, nobody at the moment is going with him.
Anthony Alfredo, Mr. Lonely in that 3 wide outside lane. He had some momentum. Now it's gone. He will plummet to the back of the pack. He gave it all he had, but he's going to have to regroup his way again.
White flag, man. 1 to go.
For Anthony Alfredo, who lost all of his momentum and now is just trying to hang on to the lead lap. Turn 3.
And that move by Alfredo disrupted the outside
Caution light
lane's momentum. Now it is
is off.
Cindric, Joey Logano,
Light is
and
off
Noah
on caution
Gragson
light.
firmly 1, 2, 3.
Oh boy.
Austin
Cindric, Joey Logano,
What is this?
coming into the tri-oval. Here comes a three-wide.
Oh
line,
boy,
breaking
what
in.
is that?
It's Chris Buescher. He'll take Corey LaJoie.
Eric Jones
White
taking a
flag
lead away
is in
from
the air.
Cindric.
Less than one lap remains to decide who will win.
This
the
is a
second
fight for the
dual race
fight
tonight at
for the
Daytona.
lead.
Storming their way into turn
Photo
number
finish,
one. The
man.
front three now are single file. Buescher is back into a side-by-side battle for fourth with Denny Hamlin. They're led by Austin Cindric.
Chris Buescher leads the outside lane, but he is fourth on the racetrack. Top three are on the bottom. Austin Cindric, the race leader. Outside lane gets some momentum. Here they come. Chris Buescher with a big shove toward the front of the field.
Austin Cindric downstairs. Eric Jones now pokes out to the outside. It's Jones and Cindric side by side for the win, all four.
Wheel to wheel, back to the line. Here they come, and they're crashing behind them. Shane Van Gisbergen is in it. A big crash. Checker flag is in the air. To the line. Photo finish, and Eric Jones is going to win dual race number 2 by 4/1000ths of a second. Eric Jones takes the number 43 back to victory lane at Daytona. The last time that car won here at Daytona in a dual race, 1977 with the King, Richard Petty. Eric Jones wins it. Austin Cindric second, Chris Buescher third, Denny Hamlin fourth, and Joey Logano was fifth. Let's go to Alan Cavana.
Hugs all around down here in the 01 pit box. Crew chief Jerry Kelly, he said, I hope I gave you what you needed. You did. You're in the Daytona 500. How's it feel?
It feels great. A lot of nerves there, man. You always wait for whatever's going to happen next. You know how it is. You know, you just never know what's going to happen. And you're just waiting for the worst thing to happen, and it didn't. So we're in. Corey did a great job.
How much change on that pit stop in the sequence to get you out front in that group?
I mean, that was everything, right? We practiced it during the week at the shop with our fueler and Corey, and we did it just like practice. So that's why you do it, right?
Just like they drew it up, that's why you do it, to get the Daytona 500. Corey LaJoie back in the big show, guys.
Corey LaJoie has raced his way into the Daytona 500. At the very end of this race, we will tell you that the race finish is under review by NASCAR. But basically, Alex, Eric Jones beat Austin Cindric to the line by about a foot. However, the caution lights were on before the leaders got to the start-finish line. That's why we're going to wait to see how this is ruled. But right now, our attention is turning to our right, where a handful of drivers are climbing from their vehicles. Drivers that include Shane Van Gisbergen, Kyle Larson, Cody Ware, Noah Gregson, and there could be a couple of more drivers that were basically collected in the tri-oval just as they passed pit entry, coming to the checkered flag.
It was wild coming up off of turn number 4, where the car lightens up off the 31 degrees of banking, and they hit the flat part in the short straightaway, and everybody just trying to push and shove to get all they can get, because this will be where you start the Daytona 500. How you finish here sets the outside row. So, you know, that's part of it. The downside is, Rusty, you're going to tear up some race cars out here, and unfortunately, there is a lot of torn up race cars in this wet ball field.
Yeah, and I hate to see that too, because they had a really good race going on. This second race was just wonderful, but man, it happened. That's racing. That's Daytona. That's Talladega. That's the super speedways. It happens.
It's amazing to watch how things can break loose so quickly here at Daytona. Right now, Eric Jones is sitting on the racetrack with that legendary 43 pointed towards the turn 4 end. However, the finish is still under review, so we've not gotten the official word yet here at Daytona to see who won the second dual race. We're seeing teammates Austin Cindric and Joey Logano having a conversation. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of conversations had in the aftermath of this one tonight.
Yeah, there is, because to your point, and we'll go back and describe it again, even though Eric Jones got to the line by about a foot in front of Austin Cindric, the problem is with the crash happening behind them, about 100 feet from the finish line, the caution came out. So the field...
Cindric got his first dual win?
And they will make a determination about who wins this race. But, Alex, it was breathtakingly
Close. When you're 200 miles an hour coming to the start-finish line and something like that happens, it is at the narrowest of margins, and Austin Cindric has won it. Austin Cindric wins the second race here at Daytona International Speedway. Eric Jones will finish second tonight, and Austin Cindric not only will start on the outside of the front row, but he has won the second second dual race here at the World Center of Racing. Eric Jones was sitting on the start-finish line thinking he had won, but after they went to the videotape, indeed it was Austin Cindric leading when the caution flag came out.
Yeah, that is certainly disappointing for Eric Jones, and he's got to climb back inside his race car. The fans were celebrating with him down here as they were just waiting for NASCAR to go ahead and make it official. They have, and have reversed it. Now Austin Cindric, who's on the pit lane, is going to be declared the winner here. Eric Jones is going to be declared second place here after dual race number 2.
Well, we've had quite the night of racing here at the World Center of Racing, haven't we, Rusty? This is something, man.
We've got a great night. When that caution flag came out, I was able to look at one of the replay screens here just now. It looks like he won that race by about 2 foot.
With Chase
He was
Elliott,
just a little bit ahead of that
Kyle
43
Busch,
car when that caution flag came
Ben
out.
Hamlin that both in the
Austin
qualifying
Cindric
was
had a great
declared the
car all
winner.
throughout the night,
And he's going to start in a great position for the Daytona 500.
It was a fantastic finish and a great race. 2 great races to wrap up here tonight at the World Center of Racing, Mike.
Here's a look at the top 10 and who will score points presented by Powerball. The NASCAR Powerball Playoff is back. Start your entries for the chance to win $1 million at NASCAR Championship Weekend. Powerball, the official lottery game of NASCAR.
Austin Cindric declared the winner. Eric Jones second. Chris Buescher third. Denny Hamlin fourth. Joey Logano was fifth. Corey LaJoie races his way into the Daytona 500 by finishing sixth. Todd Gilliland was seventh. Ryan Blaney eighth. John Hunter Nemechek ninth. And Christopher Bell finished in 10th.
Looking for a weekly motorsports podcast to stay up to date on what's happening on and off the track? The Motor Racing Network is the place. Hear from NASCAR crew chiefs on MRN Crew Call. All the happenings from regional touring.